This is the episode of the story of Panther Key. We have never talked about Panther Key, but Panther Key does play a big role in the life of Gasparilla. This is one of the areas that he actually resided with his wife Sarah until his death, which he was located in supposedly 1910 on Panther Key dead. And there were two young teenage boys that had found him laying face down, and Genozi has made contact with one of them.
That there was part of Panther Key.
Right now we're going around Panther Key. This is the back side. Out here, tranquility. Nobody will ever bother you out here. Peaceful. This is a whole different type of paradise. This is the kind of paradise that people leave you to hell alone.
But yeah, it's you'll see when I get there. There's a rock that sticks out about 200 feet, and that used to be the island before the hurricanes.
So it's receded way back.
Yeah, hurricanes moved sand up. I can show you an island out here that used to be an island. Now it's nothing but a sandbar and a rock. It's big enough to where a guy was living on it. It changes every year. Big enough that a man was living on it and had a house built on it.
What was the name of that island?
That was Panther Key. And you see what's left of it.
Not much.
Wow.
Nothing but a rock and a sand point, and the sand point's going away. See all these dead trees and stuff? That was from Irma. Irma was devastating down here, and that wasn't one of the worst ones we've had.
Well, he's on the perfect spot to do it at, is on your island there.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to go offshore of this rock up here.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, this is a rock right there.
So you say about right where they're standing at, or out a little bit
Right
further?
about there, yeah. But you can see all this shoal right here we're coming up to. This used to be island.
Oh.
We've always called the backside of Gomez.
Okay.
Now the point of rock runs pretty good ways out here. That used to be the island. And his house set right out in there.
Right up in the peak?
Well, just offshore is what's left of the beach now. You can see how when Irma came through all those dead trees before it hit, those were live trees. That much more of the island washed away just during Irma. And there's been hurricanes of 1910, 1940, Hurricane Donna in 60, Wilma, Andrew, Irma.
Yeah,
they all beating on that rock, on that beach.
Wow, that was a big island.
Yep, that came all the way out here.
It was beautiful back in the 1900s. All white sand, you just walk right out to it.
Yep. Clams to the bacon.
That's part of the island that you can see from the aerial. Yep.
This right there.
Provided.
That's what I told her.
Came all the way out here.
Thousands school of mullets going by. My grandparents, my granddad used to be on the island way off inshore there. It's called what we've always called Three Brothers. His dad and my grandfather and my great uncles lived on that island back before 1900. And they fished all this area and stuff. So they could have possibly, you was talking about one of my grandparents finding him. It's a possibility because they were living right in there.
When was your dad born?
My dad was born in 21, but my granddad was, well, my grandmother was born in 1892, and my grandfather was 10 years her senior. So that would have put him being born in the late 1800s, probably about 1880
So it was your
or so.
grandfather, not your father that was
Yeah,
out
no,
there.
it wasn't my father.
Okay.
But my dad told me about it. There used to be a coconut tree there, and the chain was wrapped around the base of the coconut tree and went to each corner of this house.
His house.
And that's where they dug up the 4 barrels of gold at.
Okay.
Interesting.
He said he witnessed them taking it off the island.
So there's people that he had to have known.
One people he knew, they was walking the shore with machine guns, wouldn't let anybody
You think-
close to the island.
Do you think those Cubans?
They, I think, may have been. He said he couldn't get close enough to see what it was.
Yeah, but they would have had to have known where the treasure was, so he would have had to have told
Somebody
them.
probably dug up the chain, and covered it back up and went and got help.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I figured happened. Back in the 30s and 40s, they had power boats.
See,
So that wasn't in 1900. That was actually 1930s,
Yeah, 40s.
1940s.
that puts her during the time of Parker.
Yes, it does.
Parker and Dr. King.
Yes, it does.
They took it off the seaplane.
Oh, they had money to be able to do that.
All right, so you know or you know the stories of Gasparilla.
Yeah,
You know the stories of Juan.
right.
Now, can I tell you something personal?
Okay.
Juan was Gasparilla.
He was Gasparilla.
He was
You
Gasparilla.
didn't surprise him, honey.
It didn't surprise him.
Not at all.
You didn't surprise him at all, honey.
Juan is my great-great-great-grandfather.
Right.
And there's been treasure maps and stuff passed down from him through my grandfather's side.
Right.
And all my life I was told that they are one of the same. He used Gasparilla as an alias
Right.
so he wouldn't get in trouble for the things he did.
Right. Right.
So that's the reason why he died off in 1821 is because the piracy business was ending and he needed to have something else to do.
Right. Well, when he come ashore by himself in a small boat
He did.
with 4 kegs of gold on his back. I kind of personally figured he killed off his crew and just came on the
Yes.
shore.
Yes.
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 That is the story.
And we have actually located a few of the other spots that he has hidden treasure at.
Yeah.
And I was told that he has 8 on this island. So if they found 4, then there's possibly 4 more left on this island.
Might be.
We've landed on Panther Key. I want to watch them jump. I'm going to jump off here.
Good job.
And this is Panther Key. Woohoo! First time you've ever been here. This is the place where Juan Gomez lived with Sarah. And also where his final days were. So we're gonna go head towards down the island, towards where we believe his hut would have been. We're gonna metal detect the area a little bit, even though we just found out that supposedly 3 barrels had been found. But let us get started.
Hey,
We need the wagon, guys. We need the wagon.
I know we should have brought it actually. I didn't even think about it.
Beautiful for the wagon.
Yeah,
So, here you go, Lord.
here we go.
First Gomez on Panther Key since 1900.
How are you feeling?
Loving it. Loving it. It feels so grounded.
We were walking our way to the point, and we're in very low tide right now. All right, we're just about there. It's right here up in the corner. We're looking, searching the area, see if we can find anything neat that could have been washed up. Still working our way to Gomez Point. It's right around this bend. One of the neatest places. I would love to live out here. Nobody would even bother you here. Looks like I see an opening back there. And you know what? I gotta get back in there. It's always a challenge. Looking for treasure, man. Always a challenge. You see the stuff I have to go through just to get to an area. And the hut would have been somewhere around here, which supposedly got demolished. But with the hurricane sitting out here, I'll be surprised if we find anything. And I'm basically just looking for anything at all that I could possibly find. I found spider web. And mosquitoes. Ow. But there's a lot of open area in here. It's hard to say where the heck it would have been. However, I do smell skunk. Ah. So, I found a little trail that is pulling me this direction. In fact, something must have been this. It looks like it's open too. See sea grapes. Oh, look at this. Aloe. There's aloe plants out here. You know what that's telling me? These plants are not native to this damn island, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, this is it.
As I was walking through this path, I stumbled across this. And it looks like part of the home. I have it. That's definitely part of the home. So this might have been the area at one time. It's obviously overgrown, but this is it. And I see parts of concrete over here too. There's a part of it right here. It's part of the house.
You're welcome.
Flippy.
You got slip them right behind you.
I freaking stumped over that right there. Over that, and then look. There's parts of the house. And they're right there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Could be the parts of his house.
Yeah.
Look, I said my foot.
It is.
Yeah.
Footer. Not a footer, Bill. Yep, he's a footer.
Yeah, look, that, and then that right there. Look, right there, right by your left foot.
Yes. Yep, right here.
So this has got to be the area.
So, this is the area I sit on.
Hold the camera, please.
That's what I was gonna do.
That's exactly where we sit, right here.
Yeah.
In this area here.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Nailed
same spot
Nailed
that we
it.
said it was at.
Nailed
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You think this is the location of his hut? You see water back there? How the heck did you get back there?
I ain't under the water back there. A bug.
Sure as hell is. I wonder if that's his little well. Alright, we're taking a little break. So over here we're going to interrogate Miss Madame Gasparilla and find out a little bit more about Panther Key. So give us the story of Panther Key.
Panther Key, Juan Gomez come and scouted throughout the islands here. He fell in love with this island, fell in love with this view of this ocean, and in 1820, 1821, when all the piracy was ending, he came and settled here, and he would leave here and go all over, Miami, Tampa, Old Mayaca, all over, and always come back here.
Well, you know, the one thing I noticed when we were coming in is this is great access to Key West, to Cuba, and up north. So he had all his angles that he could, from one location, he had enough distance between all the locations to be able to hit it.
He did.
So whether it was transporting cattle, whether it was navigating some of the Navy ships, so I could see this been a perfect location for him to stay. And let me tell you something, I really like this place. This is paradise.
It is. It's really beautiful here. And if you look back over on that side, you can see Marco Island, like 16 miles away. And I mean, just a perfect view.
Now, he lived here back then with Sarah.
Off and on with Sarah. She didn't stay here the whole time.
Now, it was said that he also lived in Mayaca. So he spent some time in Mayaca and then maybe his winters down here.
It's hard to say with him because he would take and leave and be gone for months at a time and then end up somewhere else. What the story says, yes.
Now, from what my understanding is that, matter of fact, Mo's grandfather, had actually found Juan Gomez laying face down on the beach with his pipe near his boat. Now, from my understanding, that after he died, people came here with guards, machine guns, with an airplane, a seaplane, and supposedly had found the chains which were attached to barrels of gold, and they had recovered 4 of them. They put them on a seaplane and he took off. Now, who these people were, well, I have an assumption of only his close friends that would have known, because they would have to have known exactly where his treasure was, because so many people had stopped by this island, always questioning him, and he always told them that it's not here. But obviously it was here the whole time, but either somebody forced him to give the information away, or somebody knew that it was here. And this is what happens when you look for Juan Gomez's gold. Never fails.